Good morning, and it's your girl Anastasia Daniel from High Tribe Global. How are you, and how is everybody doing? How was your Wednesday? I hope you had an entire beautiful Wednesday. Yesterday's weather was not bad. Glory be to God. Whew. So, but here we are till Thursday, and it's almost the end of the work week. How many of us is excited? Anastasia, Daniel is excited. I am excited. Oh my God! So today our topic is called Women and Emotional Safety. Creating spaces where you can be fully yourself. Yes, women and emotional safety, creating spaces where you can be fully yourself. I'm going to ask the question again. What is emotional safety? Emotional safety means being in an environment where you feel accepted, where you feel respected and understood without fear of judgment, rejection, or criticism. For many women, this is something they have rarely experienced. You know, some women may have grown up or lived in spaces where they felt they had to hide their true feelings, silence their voice, pretend to be someone else just to keep the peace. And because of this, what has happened? Many women struggle with expressing their true thoughts. Many women struggle with setting boundaries. And many women struggles with being vulnerable or showing that vulnerability. They always feel like they have to put up this front, like a strong front. They feel like I cannot cry. I cannot cry. I cannot cry before anybody. You know, healthy relationships should feel safe. They should not be stressful. You know, emotional safety exists when you can actually speak openly without fear, without the fear of being mocked or being dismissed. It emotional safety exists when you express emotions without being shamed, when you are able to share your struggles without being judged, when you can be honest about your needs and setting boundaries. In an emotional safe relationships, communication is respectful, listening is valued, and both people feel seen and supported. They feel seen and supported. You must be able to recognize unsafe emotional environment. You know, when you see a safe emotional environment, it looks like where you're constantly being criticized, you're constantly being judged, you feel afraid to express your thoughts, you feel you feel or you're constantly being ignored, dismissed, and invalidated. You walk on eggshells around this particular person or people, and you feel drained or even anxious after having an interaction with them or with a person. And when a woman is in this type of emotionally unsafe space for so long, you know what happens to this woman? She begins to shrink. She begins to suppress her own voice. And she begins to shrink herself. Her light begins to dim. You know, as women, we have to be that safe woman for others. Creating emotional safety also means that you being the kind of woman who makes other women feel safe or other people, but it's a women, this is a platform for women. So I'm going to say other women you make other women feel safe. How do you do that? You do that by listening without judging them. You do that by speaking with kindness and with respect. You do that by giving them this confidence in themselves, by making them know that yes, they are capable. You do that by being always encourage honesty, offer sympathy, offer empathy instead of you criticizing them. When you hear their story, you feel their pain. You get when women support each other, what do? We are creating communities where healing and growth can actually happen. You know, many women are they're learning to heal from past events or past experiences or even past environments where they have been misunderstood, silenced, or even unsupported. Healing begins when a woman realizes that she deserves spaces where she can actually be herself or show up to be herself. No, with her own thoughts, her emotions, her strengths, and her imperfections. So, what are we going to do today, my queens? I want you to hear me. You deserve friendships, relationships, and communities where you are free to be authentic. And when we create emotionally safe space for one another as women, we build stronger, healthier, and more compassionate communities. I hope this sits well with someone today. I'm going to keep it short today, And I remain your girl, Anastasia Daniel. I will definitely see you tomorrow by the grace of God. All right, you guys have a lovely day. And don't forget, be a safe woman. Find yourself in an emotionally safe environment. Okay? Because when you create that, you build other women. I remain your girl, Anastasia Daniel. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.